Demystifying a coup. That wasn't actually a coup. Another false narrative I hear a lot in the mainstream media is that Western intervention toppled a democratically elected government in Iran in 1953 through Operation Ajax. They portray the Shah returning to power through a coup against Mossadegh. Think about that for a second. A king staging a coup against his own prime minister. Next time someone tells you that, pause and smile. A coup is when someone illegally seizes power they don't have. The Shah was already the head of state. Mossadegh was his employee, the prime minister. Under Iran's 1906 constitution, the Shah appointed and dismissed prime ministers. So what actually happened? Mossadegh rose to power through a pressured appointment, not a popular vote. A radical Islamist group assassinated Prime Minister Razmara, who opposed oil nationalization. Shockingly, one of Mossadegh's first acts as prime minister was to pardon Razmara's murderer. That sent a clear message that ideological violence could be rewarded if it served political ends. By 1953, Mossadegh's oil nationalization had triggered an economic disaster. Iranian oil production collapsed from 242 million barrels a year to just 10.6 million after a British embargo and zero buyers. When Parliament began questioning him, Mossadegh didn't answer. He dissolved the parliament through an illegal referendum. Separate ballot boxes. No secret vote. Everyone could see how you voted. With parliament gone, Mossadegh ruled alone. At that point, the Shah exercised his constitutional authority to dismiss the prime minister and appoint a new one, something Iranian monarchs had done many times before when parliament wasn't sitting. Mossadegh's response? He refused to step down and arrested the officer delivering the royal decree. So who actually staged a coup? The man who rejected a legal dismissal and used force to cling to power. The Shah didn't overthrow the system, he enforced it. Yes, the CIA and MI6 helped through Operation Ajax, but a king firing a subordinate who refuses to leave isn't a coup. It's called being dismissed. The Shah wasn't a dictator in 1953. He was a monarch acting to preserve Iran's stability. He feared the country was falling apart. His goal was to secure peace, order, and long-term development instead of chaos and economic collapse. Needless to say, Mossadegh believed in collectivism and had close ties with the Soviet-backed Tudeh party at the time. An example of his way of thinking is the famous quote regarding Iranian oil, which he believed should belong to all Islamic nations and not just Iranians. There is a lot of speculation about how Iran would have ended up under Mossadegh. One possible route was becoming a Soviet satellite country, which fit Mossadegh's anti-Western agenda. Next time someone begins their argument by using the 1953 operation as an example of failed Western intervention against a legitimate democratic government, think twice about the rest of their argument and where they want to take you.